Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am the Crimson Tea, and today we're talking about gear in Final Fantasy XIV, as this week we got the release of Savage Asphodelos, the new Tomestone of Astronomy gear, and the new 580 crafted gear. So without further ado, let's go! As I had already mentioned in a previous video, which you can check out on the top right corner, we had the drop gear sets at item level 560, the Tomestone of Aphorism gear at 570, and with normal difficulty Asphodelos came item level 580. But with this week's patch we are able to progress even further, and have more options on how to gear up. Let's take a look. We've just got new crafted gear with item level 580, which is the same level as normal difficulty Asphodelos, but this crafted gear is capable of being overmelded, which makes it stronger by allowing you to meld materia into the item past its base capacity, but decreasing the odds of succeeding in doing so and destroying the new materia you are attempting to put in the item when it fails. This gear might be awesome for early progression on Savage difficulty Asphodelos, but it will cost you plenty of gil because materials prices are skyrocketing and the items themselves are pretty expensive as well. Beyond the crafted gear, we have the new Tomestone of Astronomy gear, with the item level of 590, which is awesome. Here are a couple notes to be mindful of concerning this gear. First, there'll be a weekly cap on how many of these Tomestones you'll be able to get, so fully gearing up with this gear will take you quite a long time. As such, it might be better to wait before spending your hard-earned Tomestones. Maybe consider seeing what you get from the Savage raid, and only then spend on items to complement the ones you got. The second and last note regarding this gear is that to be able to get a weapon you'll need a Discal Tomestone, besides some Tomestones of Astronomy that is, and that Discal Tomestone comes from one of two places. You can either get 7 Unsung Blades of Asphodelos from killing the final boss of Asphodelos in normal difficulty, the first time each week, and do that on 7 different weeks. Then trade them in at Jolie, the Pandemonium Relic Exchange Merchant in Radzatan, or kill the second boss of Savage Asphodelos and hope your roll is higher than everyone else's. With the release of Savage Asphodelos we get item level 600 armor, item level 605 weapons, and tokens to upgrade our Tomestone of Astronomy gear to higher levels. Let me explain how it works. Each boss in Savage Asphodelos drops their specific book token item, and coffers which give the equipable items right away instead of needing to gather those books. The first boss's book can be traded for accessory slots, and you need a total of 4 books to trade for one such accessory. The second boss's book can be traded for head, hands and boot slots, and you need 6 tokens to trade for one of those items. The third boss drops tokens for the leg slots, and you need 8 of them, while the final boss books is the currency to buy the chest and weapon items. You'll need 8 of those tokens to trade for one item. Besides that, each boss past the first one will drop some upgrade tokens, which are used for upgrading Tomestone of Astronomy equipment from the item level 590 to 600. As you can see on the screen, we follow the same principles of having different upgrade tokens dropping on each boss. The second boss drops the Discal Tomestone, as I previously mentioned, which is an item that is used together with some Tomestones of Astronomy to trade in for one Tomestone of Astronomy weapon. It also drops one Radiant Coating for upgrading Tomestones of Astronomy accessories. The third boss drops 2 different upgrade tokens, one for upgrading weapons and the other for upgrading armor. And the final boss drops one item level 605 weapon, and a coffer which can be opened to get an item level 605 weapon for your current combat job. Contrary to normal mode raids, in Savage difficulty you can't spam them until you get your weekly drops. The way it works is that when you kill a boss, loot drops, and even if you didn't win it, that was your try at loot for this week, for that boss in specific. So you have a total of 4 bosses to kill, 1 of each per week, and if you skip any boss, for instance, starting in the second while not having killed the first, you will forsake your chances at loot from the first boss for that 1 week. Savage raids have lots of tokens and upgrade tokens going around, and that together with the Tomestones of Astronomy gear and the crafted gear bring many new opportunities for upgrades, so now is the best time to be doing group content. For people focused on casual activities, there's still much more to come, and we are expected to have news regarding that in the upcoming official communications. This was my video about the new gear coming in patch 6.05. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and remember to consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one.